Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. How are you doing this evening? I got off of work and today is in the US Election Day, which is a pretty big deal today. Now, I live in Texas, which is not a swing state, so it's been pretty calm and much more like a normal day over here. But I thought it would be interesting to do some distraction videos for those of you that maybe are in a different situation. So I thought I'd start with this because this definitely needs to get done. This is a product review package, and I'm excited about this one because I think there's another diamond painting in here that's going to be really cool. But I kept this, I scribbled out my address and kept this because I want to show you I have not peeked at this at all. So I have not opened it. It's been waiting for me to get to it. It is from Onedaysaving, which is a company that I've been reviewing for a while. And I do enjoy their diamond paintings as well as their shipping and customer service. And you'll notice something here. This is another, let's see if I can get these to pop here. This is another bubble mailer envelope. So more and more diamond painting companies from overseas are starting to use these bubble mailer envelopes for the diamond paintings to help keep them a little less squished and a little bit safe. So again, this comes from Onedaysaving, which has diamond paintings as well as cross stitch, lots of discount codes. I'll put my discount code in the video as well as down in the comments, and I will also post links to these, but you really should check them out and take a look, especially this time of year. It's time to finish up your shopping for Christmas diamond paintings from these overseas companies from China, because it does take about 2 weeks to get these in. And so we're heading into well, it's November 5th. So almost a week is already done in November. So it's not too late. You'll still get the stuff in by late November into early December, but that window is starting to close on getting diamond paintings in with Christmas themes in time to finish them for the holidays. So check out Onedaysaving. I'm really happy with them. And I think what I have in here is cool and also applicable to the mood of the day. So I may actually do a little bit of one of these diamond paintings on camera. Now, a lot of times what I do is I'll pause and then work on one of the projects and then come back with an idea of what I thought. But I did this with my last cross stitch video. I might just go ahead and do a little bit of a WIP and Chat here at the end of this video after we take a look at what we have. Although I'm looking and I don't see my scissors, so we're gonna have to just kind of wing it without the scissors. So we will tear open this package. That wasn't too bad. So I have 2 diamond paintings in here. One really large one here, as I like to do, and then a small one to finish off my selection. And this is one of the companies that just gives me a budget and lets me pick what I want. So we'll start with this smaller one here. My pupper just ran off with the packaging because she loves bubble wrap. So extra bonus toy for the dog. She doesn't eat anything. She just loves to pop things. So she was just right there waiting for that package. So let's see if I can find the opening here. This is obviously a special drill. I haven't done one of those in a while. And this is a bright, happy, and cheerful diamond painting. And this is the downside of not having my scissors with me. Hold on just a second, I'll deal with this. There we go. Okay, we got it. So this one is called Special Shape Flower. It is a 30 by 30. And this one, full price on their website is $5.59. Of course, you won't pay full price for anything because they have all the sales and discount codes and all that good stuff. So $5.59. This is 30 by 30, and it looks like we have a few more than the average special drill diamond painting, because we have 1 through 8 and then A, B, C, D. So 12 different diamonds for this and several special shapes. Here it looks like maybe the rhinestones go through number 7, but it's hard to tell because they could be some bigger ones in there, but probably 7 rhinestones and then 5 special drills. So we'll take a look and see. And looks very clear, very easy to read, and I like the border that Onedaysaving does on their special drill kits. So it's got, hopefully you can see that, just a little bit of a decorative border on there. And I'm sure the stick is good. Yes, it usually is on the special drills. Where I run into trouble on some of the budget-friendly diamond paintings is around the edges on the regular ones, but this one looks great, nice and sticky. And this area here where there's no diamond painting is not sticky. So you can see around this leaf here, there's only one in the middle. It is sticky, but the area around it is not, which is always nice, because then you don't have to go overboard with the sealer and get extra marks and everything on that. We'll also look at the back here. It is just slight wrinkling, but you can either flatten it in a portfolio or stacked under other diamond paintings or your mattress and wait a little bit, or you can iron them if you like, as long as your iron is set on very low and you iron it on the back, because otherwise you can melt that glue and it'll soak into the canvas a little bit and it'll lose some of its stick. So you want to be careful if you iron them, but it is possible. There are other content creators that do videos for that. I would try, but I'm not a big ironing person, so you'd probably laugh at me. There might be an ironing board somewhere in this house, but usually I put a towel down on the kitchen table on those rare cases where I do need to iron something, so that's why you're not going to see me do one of those videos, but there are others out there. So we have standard toolkit with a pen, boat, and wax. And then we have our rhinestones here. So we'll take a look at what we have here. And so this is what I was thinking of for maybe something to work on pretty quick this evening, because it's kind of bright and cheery. So let's take a look here at the rhinestones. We have colored one here. Let me flip them so we can see. So we have a light gold, we have a green, and a light blue, and a light pink. So very nice pastel colors here. And then black and a turquoise. Look at that, that's pretty. And another gold color here. So that's 7 there, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the rest are special drills, and it looks like they're pretty big. So since there are a lot of sunflowers on here, we've got a lot of these big gold marquees. Lots of blue marquees as well for these blue flowers that are here. And any of you flower experts can tell me what type of flowers these are. I thought maybe sunflowers for some of them, but I'm not so sure. I'm not a flower expert. And there's a lot of pink for the pink flowers. And then we have kind of a greenish tint to that one, and then big round yellow circles there, or gold. So lots of cool colors. Like I said, I think there are 12 on this one. Very bright, colorful diamond painting. Looks like plenty to keep me busy on this one. It's not one where like only 5 or 6 places are diamond painted. It's kind of spread out all over. So this one again, special shaped flower, $5.59 regular price, and it's a 30 by 30. So I'm not going to roll that one up. Well, it's going to be in the camera view, and I don't want to distract from this, because this is obviously a nice large one, and this follows along with the theme of one of my other most recent PR packages. So I think I picked them out around the same time for some strange reason. I was in the mood for ladies in blue. So you'll see what I mean here if you watch my channel regularly. So I've been trying more portraits because I do like the way they come out. Wow, that's a lot of drills with this one. I'll have to measure this one to see if it's if the size is the diamond painting or the canvas size. So we have 2 things of wax here in this toolkit. And I think I'll go ahead and take the time to roll this the opposite direction, and then we'll take a look at the canvas. So since these are all poured glue, you can roll them the opposite way, and that helps them flatten out. So look at that. A little bit unusual, not something that I would normally do. I guess it's been cold and dreary and the days are shorter, so I'm already thinking spring. I'm not a fan of winter. I'm a spring and summer child. So here we have beautiful lady. Look at those eyes. Her face is very large, so I think it'll come out great, and lots of pretty flowers. This does have hints of Josephine Wall, I think, which is one of my favorite diamond painting canvas artists. And I say diamond painting canvas artist because what I like to diamond paint is a bit different than maybe what I would hang on my wall as a regular painting. So I picked diamond paintings that I think I would enjoy and not necessarily something where I'm just loving the artwork. Although they do intersect quite a bit, but I've seen plenty of diamond paintings with that I love the original artwork, but I would not buy as a diamond painting because they'd be really boring, like a lot of background of the same color. This one, obviously, that's not the case. We have little areas here of color blocking. That's areas where you have a single color where you can use a multi-placer and get them done quickly. And then we have lots of other areas here. The glare is kind of bad, so I'll lift this here, with lots of detail in there and lots of color changes, which is a lot more interesting for me to do and the type of paintings that I tend to prefer. So really beautiful. This one is called Full Round Girl. So the size is 50 by 60. The price, the regular price on this one is $14.66. So I'm curious because this looks quite large here. Let us find out. Now, the 50 by 60 is the full canvas size. So the diamond painting area, even though it looks quite large, is 44. So I'm guessing this will be 54 probably by this length. It's still pretty big though. Yes, it's 54. So still a pretty good size on this one. And this one also has 40 colors, which is another thing I look for is when I pick these larger diamond paintings, I look for the rendering on the website. And that's one of the reasons why I like Onedaysaving and why I was able to confidently pick this out is they do show the renderings on a lot of their diamond paintings, so you can get a feel for how many colors, because they will show kind of a mock-up of a canvas and they will show the key on the side, so you may not be able to see the details of it, but you can get a feel for how many colors. So I knew this one would have several colors in it, and we'll look at the key here. So we have numbers 1 through 8, and then uppercase alphabet all the way to Z, and then some symbols here at the end. And I'm curious, we do have an O, but no Q. We don't have a B because we have an 8, so they've been very careful with the symbols here to make sure that there weren't any that are hard to distinguish from another. So very happy to see that. We do have a lowercase a and a lowercase e, but I don't have any trouble with those. It's usually the O, Q, G, D, but D is a very different color than O, and then the 8 and the B, but there is no B. So there was definitely some care taken in the symbols that were chosen. Let's see, I can see how shiny it is. That's one of the good ways you can tell for the stick. If you're seeing the texture of the canvas, then there's usually not as much glue as there needs to be, but this you can tell is very shiny. The glue goes over the edge about 1/2 centimeter maybe there, so washi tape will help with that. But I like to see it going over the edge rather than not enough glue on the edge, because that's usually where I run into some troubles with these. But just looking over the glue here, and check some more areas, you can see how shiny that glue is rather than seeing the texture of the canvas. So I think the glue looks great. Such bright, happy colors on this one. I'm excited about this one. And we have a big bag of drills, and they are in these smaller bags, so they're not kitted up. And we'll take a look. I don't expect any ABs with this one. It didn't say there were. Okay, these days I try to open the drill packages separately without talking so that I can edit those out in case they make too much noise. So we have, like I said, 40 different colors here. And sometimes there are troubles reading the numbers on these drill bags, but these look great. And again, this is a round. I'm not sure I told you that. So we have 351, 3705, 3607, just little amounts of some of these colors. There's another red 900. Here's 3855, kind of a tan. I don't know if you want to see all of these. There's a blue stuck in between. 758, 3064, more tans. That's a very bright blue. 996. And another brown here. Purple. It's more like a light lavender. We've got some 5 packages here. That 371. And these look like the 200 count packages. I think they do them by weight, but it's usually a little over 200 drills in each of these bags. Some green, some more tan. And now we're getting into the colors with larger amounts here. That's a dark green. Really pretty dark purple there. More dark purple. And kind of a greenish yellow there. And more light and dark. I almost said peach. What am I looking for? Kind of a reddish color. Here's one big bag here. That's a little bit different. This is a bright orange, 402. And we have lots of yellow, lots of green here. A couple more smaller ones falling out with the blue. And another one. More tan, gray. Kind of a blue-gray. More peach. This is probably one of the larger amounts here, but even that's not a whole lot. That's color 518, which is in a lot of the background here. And then we have kind of a dark green there. Lots of this darker blue. It's a really pretty light turquoise. And then some more earth tones here, some lighter colors. And some dark grays and another maroonish color there. Yellow and brown. So again, that's a big pile of drills there for a lot of colors. So I did also look at the light colors because this is around, I look for guide circles, and there luckily are not any guide circles because some of these lighter colors are an area for multi-placing, and I prefer there to not be guide circles myself, so I'm really happy to see that. I can do a canvas with guide circles, but I prefer when they don't have them because it's a little bit easier to get. Oop. Pupper says hi. I think my spouse just came home. So 40 colors. This is Full Round Girl, 50 by 60, $14.66, and I think she's going to be really pretty. I think those bright colors and the butterflies and the flowers and everything are going to make this canvas quite a bit of fun to do. It feels like a big canvas, because it is probably. So I've thought about just starting a WIP and Chat, but looking at the amount of colors and how this is packaged, if they were let me move these over so I can talk without making noise. If these were already bagged up in baggies, I would probably go ahead and start this one, but they're not. So it would take a little more work to do a WIP and Chat on the fly right now with this one. So I will go ahead and go offline and kit this one up because I think this will be a nice, bright, cheerful one. And maybe also really quick do the other one, and we'll take a look at how these go. So I'll be back to update you here in a little while. So stay tuned. Don't go away. All right, everybody, I'm back. I kitted up in my, I'm zoomed in there. Oh boy, my little bottles here, but there were only 30, and since this kit had 40, there were several big amounts of colors that I put in these. Boy, they look giant in these larger tubes, because I haven't used these before. I found these at Michael's a couple of weeks ago, so I bought 2 of them, but then they only hold 12 colors, which does limit their usefulness, but combined with the little ones, hopefully it should be okay. So I thought I'd just start this with you all and see how it goes. So this is, I'm starting with color 824, which is letter L, a blue. So I've done a few on here and some more over there, and there's a few more up here, but there's not a whole lot of this color. I'm not sure why I decided to start there. But it is on the edge, and so far the stick has been good, and as usual I marked my finger while I was trying to put the lid back on the pen that I was using to mark the stickers for the colors. That's a very common thing. There might be a little noise coming up because my kiddos are on the way home. They are both off work on Tuesdays, and they have a Dungeons and Dragons group that they play, so they just finished with that, and they called to see what was for supper on the way home, but I didn't really think today was a good day for supper, so I just ordered some pizza. So we'll have maybe a couple interruptions here. We'll see how this goes, but I'll get a few more of these blue ones done. And I'm not wearing my microphone at the moment, so I can be a little more free to move around. So I used it for the first part, but I found that the background noise maybe isn't as much when I just talk. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll do a little editing of this before I get it up, but I didn't really have time to finish something tonight for all that I wanted to do and record, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of a WIP and Chat so you guys can see me working on this and see what you think. So this is indeed a round, which means it will go pretty quick, but it does have more colors than some of the easier ones out there, and I almost thought about blinging it up a little bit, but I have not. I may kind of look at it as I go along, but a lot of it is a portrait here of a lady, and so you don't typically want to bling up skin tones. A few of the flowers could maybe have a little bit of bling in them, but I think I'll just go with it as it is. Now, kitting up was very easy with this kit. I didn't run into any static, but that's not really the fault of any company. Static is usually related to humidity. That's coming from the weather person here. So it makes more sense if you think about it in the winter when you are in a place that can get pretty dry, which dew points are lower in the winter, which because the temperature is lower, so the dew point stays below the temperature. So if your temperature is in the 20s, your dew point is in the 20s or lower, so it's very, very dry. Dew point is a measure of the moisture in the air. So in a very dry winter, where I'm getting at with all of this, you have a lot more static. You know, as a kid, young kid, grew up in Minnesota. Very dry winters, and we used to put socks on. We had carpet when I was growing up, and we would put socks on and shuffle our feet all around the carpet until we built up enough static electricity and touch other people, friends or family, to give them a shock. You kind of do the same thing when you rub a balloon over your hair and create the static to make a shock. So it's controlled a lot by humidity. And so we're getting into winter, which means drier air often, which means lower humidity and increased static potential. So it's not really the company that's creating the issues with the drills. Sometimes it's the static that comes along from the plastic packaging. That can do it too. My kiddos are just now coming home.
Hello.
Hello. So, anyway, I'm recording. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody is what my kiddo says. So, all that to say, there was no static. These particular bags didn't seem to have any problem with static, and the kitting up went really quick. So, I thought maybe I've just pulled the plastic back here. I'm zoomed out so you can't see it. But the plastic here, I just pulled it back. That's all I did. But I have to remember to keep this up in the frame enough where you can see it. So I thought maybe I'd work on some of the skin tones for this. So we can see a lot of times the kit has some troubles with skin tones there. So how about color J, which is number 15, which is color 758. It's kind of a dark peach. That actually looks pretty good there. So we'll do some of that. And pizza is probably 20 minutes away. I might just end this video when the pizza gets here. So I won't have time necessarily to do a big section of this, but maybe we can do some of the areas where we are concerned. So I did work a little on the edge. The glue is good on the edge. And now we'll see how some of the skin tones look. And I'm also working on a ton of Christmas things right now because we are taking the trip for my son-in-law's wedding coming up here in a week. And he lives in Ohio. So we are going to drop off his Christmas present while we're at it, which means that I've been working pretty hard on that. So tonight is a nice break to stop and do something that's not Christmas related for just a little while and work on this. And I haven't been looking at election news yet. I peeked a couple times earlier today, but it was still very early on in the process. You don't want to make any judgments too early. So I'll worry about that another time. In the meantime, we will just work on our diamond painting. So we'll do a few more of this color and then see how it's going to blend. Ooh, I just got a text message that says my order is out for delivery. So I'm surprised it was that quick. I thought maybe it was a pizza night probably for a lot of people. But out here I waited maybe a half an hour, probably not quite, at the pole line for the one that was near my work. I drive by it on the way home. So it didn't take any time at all. So I'm guessing, I thought maybe there would be more pizza delivering going on tonight because people were getting home later. But it doesn't appear that way. So I have a 4-place multi-placer on this, but my putty has been in there for a couple weeks. So it's not in the best shape. So some of the drills aren't sticking to my putty very well. But as you can see here, drills look good. They're shiny. They're lining up well. And I don't see any trash in there. Very shiny. So we'll do a couple more of these colors here that I see popping out at me here. My pen is pretty dirty. Need to clean the whole thing, but I was trying to be in a hurry here. So, looks good so far. I think we'll stop there with that color and pick another one that's nearby there. I like the way it has a lot of blended colors here with a lot of color changes, even in the skin area. So we'll see how it comes out without hopefully spilling too many drills here. Color G is number 13. I have all these in numerical order. And this is kind of a yellow color, so we'll see how this yellow looks against that skin tone color. So the drill's lining up pretty good there, but that is kind of an interesting color to be on the arm here. But we'll take a look. Definitely lots of blues and greens in this one. And we can also check how the spacing is looking on this, but I wanted you to see that I don't do anything special to... my dog says hi. She's wondering why I'm talking. Yes, Mocha. I fed her dog food tonight because I didn't cook, and I'm not sure she's completely happy with that. Yeah, that one fell off. My putty is not in the best shape for that multi-placer. No, Mocha, I'm not cooking. You'll have to eat dog food because you are a dog after all. Dogs eat dog food. Hopefully this is all in frame and you can see it, and I know with that light pad on you can't see the colors quite yet, but I will turn off the light pad here after doing a few more colors and we'll take a quick look. I can see the difference, but I just looked in my camera to make sure you guys were in frame, and yeah, okay, you can see the difference too, so it's all good. That's a pretty light color against the darker one there. Okay, do a few more G's here. I'm trying to do the ones that butt up against the other colors that I've done, so that, oops, I lost that one somewhere. I'll find it later. It dropped somewhere on the canvas. Maybe you guys can see it and shout out at me and tell me where it went on there. So, must be on there somewhere. Let's see if I can get a few of these to go a little bit quicker. I'm gonna have to refresh my putty later. So I got my hubby to do some diamond painting the other day. Since I'm doing stuff for his family, he helped me and he did a little set of ornaments and seemed to actually enjoy it a little bit. Or at least he didn't mind it. So, let's pick another color for a little bit, and then we'll probably call it good, maybe. Let's see. What's next? Actually, color 15 is J. I probably should have caught a couple more there that are sticking out at me, blending with, because I already did color J, but there's a couple here that are just screaming for me to get them done. Okay, there we go. Now there's a color 7, which goes in order, so I know that is number 7, which is very pale tan, color 437 for DMC number. So we'll do a few of those that are showing up here around the edges, and then maybe color S. Let's see how that blends. There's never enough time in the day because I wish I could do like a large section here, but I'm getting so far behind that I still gotta like plan and pack for this trip. So we're gonna be spending a week driving back and forth from Ohio and going to my hubby's son's wedding. So that's kind of a pretty big occasion that needs a little bit of planning Plus, I need to get videos done in advance so that you guys have things to watch while I'm gone. So I will be doing that. Color S. That is a lower down number. That is number 22. Which is 3064. It's kind of a darker skin tone here. So we'll see how that comes out. Here. Okay, folks, sorry about that. I am back. I have had supper, and we will continue on for just a little bit longer here. So I believe this was color S, yes. Color S here. And we are working on the skin tones to see if we can get an initial feel for, oops, missed, for how these colors are going to work out on this. I zoomed out, I think, a little bit so that I could hopefully stay in frame for you. And we'll do a couple more colors and end this so I can get it edited and then uploaded and able for you all to see, because it is a whole process. So I do like to try to edit with PR packages to put in my discount codes and the names and all that. But I also like to edit to remove some of the sounds from the packaging if I can, and the dog barking. And so that takes maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes, at least as long as a video, but I have to kind of go back and forth several times in some spots to get it right. And then I have to upload depending on what our internet is doing. Both kids are now home. My hubby's home. We're streaming all over the place and they're gamers. So we all battle for that internet usage. And then after that, YouTube runs through some automatic checks to check for copyright issues, like with music and stuff like that. And then they deem the video okay. And then I go in and edit the description and all that. And then it goes through another check to try to determine what ads should go on there and all that. So it is, once you get monetized, it becomes a couple-hour process at least to get videos up, and that's the shorter ones. So I'm going to do color 40 next, which is the lighter color through there. It's almost white, but not quite. Not quite white. And that's pretty light colored for the skin here. But again, drills look great. They match up very nicely with each other. So we'll put a few of these in. So, hope everyone's doing okay and not stressing too much about life and anything else going on out there. Oop. Yeah, my putty's dirty. It's just not going to hold very well. And I know sometimes in a pinch you can lick your putty, but I don't recommend it, especially if it's dirty. But you can also use a sponge with water. That works probably better. But there are definitely options there. But you can see I'm multi-placing with a small multi-placer, and it seems to be working just fine. Not sure about the spacing for a large multi-placer, but I don't really need that for this diamond painting because there aren't any big areas of background color. So I think that's a good sample of that color. We'll stop there and try maybe one more. Let's see what we got here. That symbol, which should be another number near the end, number 38. Which is that color there. shake it down. And see how that works. So pizza was good. I am stuffed. And my dogs are unhappy. They don't want bread, they want meat for supper, so they just got one that time. So they like it better when I cook, because that means there's meat scraps usually, especially chicken. Bird is their favorite food. So, oops, I missed. So far so good on this one. Everything's sticking just fine. It's only the putty in my pen that might be having some issues. So that's part of the shoulder here. I think I will stop there for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and turn my light off here so we can look at the spacing as well as the color. There we go. So by turning off the light, I meant my light pad. And then we'll zoom out here to see what we see. So I've done some of the blue and some of the skin tones there. They look very skin tony, a little bit splotchy at this point, but that's because I haven't done the rest of it here. I think it'll be more clear once I get the flower done. There. And some more of the skin. And as you can see, as you move into her neck and her face, it's more smooth. I'll put this down so I can move this a little bit better. So you can see larger areas of color blocking, so it should be pretty smooth. There's a bit of red on her cheek, but that's kind of matching the red there on her lips and her eyes. She looks like eyeshadow there, but that's another look at a close-up. But I'll keep working on this and give you an update later on in the future. So this again was from Onedaysaving. I thank you, Onedaysaving, for providing these items for me. This is a full round girl, 50 by 60, normally $14.66 full price, but of course there are discounts. And then the other one here is the special shape flower with 12 different colors here, $5.59 for this 30 by 30. So hopefully you got something out of this, and I appreciate you liking, subscribing, watching the video, and go ahead and check out Onedaysaving. I'll put my discount code below, and I wish you luck as you hunt down your future cross-stitch and diamond painting projects. Talk to you later.